Hi, welcome back to Couples Therapy Bites.
Where we serve up bite-sized pieces of psychological education to make your relationship
Even better.
I'm Steven.
I'm Erin.
And today we wanted to talk about how your individual story impacts your partner story or your couple story. And I think sometimes we don't recognize that. We kind of think, well, the past is the past and I'm moving on. And in reality, that's not helpful because the past is what's happened and the past has shaped you and the past impacts your present and it impacts how you engage the future. And so one of the ways that
One last thing, sorry. Yep. The more we try to push it out, to push it aside, to make it not matter, the more it drives who we are actually. Yeah. It makes the decisions for us rather than giving us the freedom to make our own decisions in that.
Yeah, that's so true. And I think that, so one of the things that we wanted to help, hopefully, you do is to kind of enter into understanding your individual story.
Yes.
And then if you can understand your individual story, you can kind of see how it intersects with your partner's story. And so I think one of the ways to do that is to think about some of the greatest joys that you've had in your life, because...
I'm interrupting again.
Apparently I'm not doing it right.
The best way to do that would be to come see us in therapy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Therapy is the best. This is what therapy is. It is learning yourself. So you can learn your impact. You can learn your impact on the world, and you can make better decisions and choices about who you want to be in the world.
Yeah.
But many of you will not go to therapy. We will not be seeing you, although we hope we do. And so these are some good things to do. Maybe some things to do while you wait for your therapy session, because we're sure you're calling right away to book that.
That's true. And so I think the reason it's helpful to think about one of your greatest joys or some of the greatest joys you've had in your life is because we want to replicate that. And so it means that we're looking for that to experience that joy again and again, and it becomes a priority. And so I think that if I were to think about one of the greatest joys in my life, and you might think this sounds sappy, or I'm just saying it for the channel, or to get, score some points, but I'm not. I really mean this. But probably the greatest joy in my life was marrying Erin and being in a relationship with her. And I think that why that was so wonderful is because in so many ways... No, wonderful for me. I'm trying to have a moment here and
I am too.
Compliment you, and is that I realized that honestly, it might again sound cliche-ish, but that love in relationships are possible. That you can experience love in a relationship, and that a relationship can feel good. And it can feel exciting and it can feel hopeful. And I just, that had not been my experience prior to meeting Erin. And so for me, one of my focuses, that joy shapes a lot about what I want out of life and what I'm pursuing and what I'm passionate about. I mean, that's one of the reasons we're doing this. I'm doing this. It's one of the reasons I'm a therapist, is because I have come to realize that relationships matter. Relationships can be places of healing and health, and love is possible. And so that joy shapes my life, and then it shapes how I interact with Erin and how what our story will look like now and in the future. And so I think the question is, what is a joy in your life? What is something that has been so wonderful in your life that you continue to pursue it, you continue to chase after it? How does that shape who you are today? How does that shape your priorities, your passions, the things that you give preeminence to
the most important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think the first question is, if you had to think and, sort of first answer is best answer, what has been your greatest joy? Mm-hmm. And then those other questions are secondary. How is it shaping? How has it shaped? Why was that so good? Mm-hmm. But first, just ask yourself that question. And again, first answer, best answer, don't overthink it. And then spend some
Yeah.
time exploring that.
Because it's just a
yourself.
way for you to get to know yourself. This is about you knowing and understanding yourself.
Yes.
And let us know what you discover. We'd love to hear your comments. Comment below. Share it with the world if you feel comfortable doing
That's
so.
great. Yes.
And we can't wait to hear from you. Again, like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.
Adam said